Imagine waking up in the morning, ready to start your day, but instead of feeling light and energetic, your legs feel heavy, your knees ache, and your joints are stiff. Maybe your ankles are puffy, or you notice swelling around your feet that wasn't there before. This can be discouraging, and for many people as the years go by, this becomes a daily battle. But here's the thing. What if I told you that there are natural foods you can eat that not only ease swelling in your legs, but also rebuild the strength and flexibility in your joints? Foods that restore collagen, the very substance that makes up the cushion in your knees, the elasticity in your skin, and the smooth glide in your joints. Stay with me, because today I'm going to reveal 8 collagen-rich foods you must eat if you want to say goodbye to swelling and give your legs and joints the nourishment they are crying out for. Now, before we get into the foods, let's talk about collagen itself, because understanding it will give you an aha moment that makes everything else click. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. Think of it as the scaffolding that holds everything together. Your skin, your ligaments, your tendons, the cartilage that stops your bones from rubbing against each other, even the lining of your blood vessels. As we age, collagen production naturally declines. That's why skin sags, why joints become creaky, and why recovery takes longer. But collagen loss doesn't just happen with age. It happens faster if you're eating processed foods, drinking too much sugar, not sleeping enough, or carrying chronic inflammation. That's where swelling comes in. Swelling is the body's red flag. It's saying, something's wrong, I'm under stress. And one of the most powerful ways to reduce that stress is to feed your body the building blocks it needs to repair. Let's talk about the foods that directly support collagen production and keep your legs and joints strong. The first food might surprise you, and that is bone broth. Now, when people hear bone broth, they think it's just an old-fashioned remedy, something grandma made. But science has caught up with tradition, and it turns out bone broth is one of the richest sources of collagen you can possibly consume. When you simmer bones for hours, whether it's chicken, beef, or even fish, you extract gelatin, amino acids like glycine and proline, and minerals that feed the connective tissue in your body. If you've ever cooled bone broth and noticed how it turns into a jelly, that's collagen in its purest form. Drinking a cup of warm bone broth daily can soothe the gut, reduce joint pain, and calm down inflammation that causes swelling in your legs. It's gentle, nourishing, and easily absorbed, which makes it perfect for seniors whose digestive systems may not be as strong as they once were. The second food on the list is salmon, and here's why. Salmon is not only rich in protein, which your body uses to make collagen, but it's also packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are like natural lubricants for your joints. They reduce stiffness, they improve circulation, and they help fight inflammation from the inside out. When inflammation goes down, swelling goes down too. Salmon also contains astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that protects collagen from breaking down. So if you think of bone broth as giving you the raw materials, salmon helps preserve and protect that collagen so it lasts longer in your body. Eating salmon 2 to 3 times a week, whether grilled, baked, or lightly pan-seared, can make a remarkable difference in how your knees and ankles feel. Third, let's look at eggs. Simple, affordable, and powerful. Most people throw away the eggshell membrane, but did you know that it contains collagen? Even the whites are rich in proline, one of the key amino acids your body needs to make collagen. And the yolk. That's where you find healthy fats, vitamins, and choline, which reduce inflammation and support nerve health. Eggs are a complete protein, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids. When your body has all these building blocks, it can repair tissue more efficiently. Imagine waking up with less stiffness in your knees simply because you swapped out sugary cereal for a couple of eggs in the morning. Now, the fourth food is one people often forget about, but it's incredibly important: citrus fruits. Oranges, lemons, grapefruits, limes, these are bursting with vitamin C, and vitamin C is the spark plug for collagen synthesis. Without it, collagen simply cannot form. Think of it like this: you can have all the raw materials, but if you don't have vitamin C, the factory shuts down. That's why scurvy, the disease sailors used to get when they didn't eat citrus, caused their gums to bleed and their skin to break down. Their bodies literally couldn't make collagen. For strong joints and healthy legs, vitamin C ensures that the collagen you're eating and producing is being put to good use. Freshly squeezed lemon water in the morning, an orange with your afternoon snack, or adding lime juice to your meals. These simple habits can keep swelling at bay and keep collagen production active. Number 5 is dark leafy greens, and here's why they matter. Greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are rich in chlorophyll, which has been shown to increase the precursor to collagen in the skin. They also contain magnesium, which helps relax muscles, and antioxidants that reduce free radical damage. When free radicals attack collagen, it weakens, but antioxidants put up a shield. Dark leafy greens also improve circulation, and better circulation means less pooling of fluid in the legs, less swelling, and more oxygen delivered to the tissues that need repair. If you struggle with leg cramps or heaviness, a daily serving of greens can be a game changer. The 6th food is berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They're not only delicious, they're packed with vitamin C and anthocyanins, compounds that protect collagen from oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress like rust on metal. Over time, it breaks things down, but the antioxidants in berries slow that process, preserving the integrity of your collagen. Berries also improve microcirculation, which helps flush out excess fluid that contributes to swelling in the legs. A handful of berries in your breakfast, or even frozen berries in a smoothie, is like medicine for your joints disguised as dessert. 7th on the list is garlic. Now, you might not immediately think of garlic as a collagen food, but it contains sulfur, and sulfur is essential for collagen production. It also contains taurine and lipoic acid, which help repair damaged collagen fibers. Beyond that, garlic is a powerful anti-inflammatory and improves blood flow, both of which are crucial for reducing swelling in the legs. Adding fresh garlic to soup, stir fries, or roasted vegetables not only makes your food taste better, but directly supports the strength of your connective tissue. Number 8 is beans. Yes, humble beans, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. They're rich in protein, lysine, and copper, all of which are critical for collagen formation. They also provide fiber, which helps balance blood sugar. And when your blood sugar is stable, you have less systemic inflammation. This is important because inflammation is at the root of swelling and joint pain. Beans are also budget-friendly, easy to prepare, and versatile. You can make soups, stews, salads, or spreads, and every time you eat them, you're fueling your body with the materials it needs to build strong legs and resilient joints. As we're going through these foods, you might be noticing a pattern. It's not about one magic ingredient. It's about creating an environment in your body where collagen can thrive, Bone broth supplies it directly. Salmon, eggs, and beans provide the amino acids. Citrus and berries give the vitamin C to activate it. Greens and garlic protect and strengthen it. And together, this combination reduces swelling, improves circulation, and restores the spring in your step. I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Imagine walking up a flight of stairs without that grinding pain in your knees. Imagine standing up after sitting for a while and not feeling stiff. Imagine looking down at your ankles and seeing them slim, not puffy. This is not wishful thinking. It's what happens when you consistently nourish your body with the foods it was designed to thrive on. It's not about quick fixes or expensive supplements. It's about giving your body what it recognizes, what it can use, and what it has always depended on: whole, natural foods. You see, our bodies are remarkable at healing when we remove what harms them and supply what supports them. Swelling is not the enemy. It's a signal, an indicator that healing is needed. And collagen-rich foods paired with anti-inflammatory nutrients send a message back to your body that says, I am listening, I am supporting you, I am rebuilding. As you move forward, think about how you can bring these 8 foods into your daily routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. A cup of bone broth in the morning, a salmon fillet twice a week, a couple of eggs for breakfast, a fresh orange with lunch, a handful of greens at dinner, some berries for dessert, garlic sprinkled generously, and a hearty bean soup once or twice a week. Small, consistent steps that add up to powerful results. The truth is, aging does not have to mean decline. Stiffness, swelling, and joint pain are not inevitable. They are signs of imbalance, and imbalance can be corrected with knowledge, with consistency, and with the right foods on your plate. Collagen is your body's glue, and when you protect it, you protect your freedom of movement, your independence, and your quality of life. So let's say goodbye to swelling. Let's nourish our legs and joints, and let's celebrate the wisdom of the body that knows how to heal itself when we give it the tools it needs. When it comes to long-term leg and joint strength, the greatest secret is not found in a single food or one supplement or even one therapy, but in how consistently you put the pieces together in daily life. Knowledge is powerful, but knowledge without practice remains like a book on a shelf, filled with answers yet never read. Many people hear about collagen. They nod their head in agreement. They even get excited about the idea of bone broth or citrus fruits or omega-3 rich salmon. But then the days pass and life gets busy, and those ideas never make their way onto the dinner plate. That is where the real difference lies, not in knowing, but in doing, in weaving these practices into the fabric of your daily rhythm until they become as natural as brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. It's the steady repetition, the small consistent actions that build resilient joints, strong legs, and a body that supports you well into later life. Think for a moment about how the body responds to repetition. When you lift a small weight every day, your muscles adapt, they strengthen, and they hold you more securely. When you walk regularly, your circulation improves and your heart becomes more efficient. The same principle applies to food and lifestyle choices. A single cup of bone broth will not rebuild cartilage, just as one serving of salmon will not erase years of stiffness. But cup after cup, meal after meal, day after day, the body quietly takes those raw materials and lays them down like bricks in a wall, strengthening the foundation beneath your legs and joints. It is slow, often invisible work at first, but it is cumulative, and in time the results become undeniable. The challenge many people face is that they expect dramatic results too quickly, and when they don't see them, they give up. But collagen repair and joint restoration is not an overnight miracle. It is more like tending a garden. You water, you feed, you protect the soil, and slowly shoots begin to rise. Over time, blossoms appear, and then fruit. You don't dig up the seeds to see if they are growing. You simply trust the process and continue the care. The body is the same. The swelling in your legs may not vanish in a week. The stiffness in your knees may not dissolve in a month. But with steady input, with daily nourishment and supportive habits, healing begins beneath the surface. The fibers of collagen knit themselves stronger, inflammation eases little by little, and circulation improves until one day you realize you can stand up without bracing yourself, or you notice your ankles are slimmer, or you walk up the stairs with more confidence. That is the reward of consistency. Daily practice does not need to be complicated. It is in the small choices. Choosing an orange instead of a cookie, adding a handful of greens to your dinner plate, drinking a glass of water before your coffee, taking a short walk after lunch to keep the blood moving in your legs, preparing a pot of soup with beans and garlic that nourishes the whole family. These choices do not take hours of effort, but their impact is profound when done again and again. The body does not demand perfection, it thrives on persistence. Even if you miss a day or make a less supportive choice, what matters most is returning, coming back to the path, and resuming those practices that build strength from within. There is also a mental and emotional side to daily practice. When you decide to care for your joints, when you commit to strengthening your legs, you send a message to yourself that your health matters, that your mobility matters, that your future matters. Every sip of bone broth, every step in the sunshine, every stretch before bed becomes an affirmation, a declaration that you are choosing vitality over decline. And as this mindset grows, it becomes easier to continue. Habits form, routines solidify, and what once felt like effort becomes simply the way you live. Consider how powerful this is for seniors who often hear discouraging messages that aging inevitably brings weakness, stiffness, and loss of independence. That narrative is simply not true. The body is designed to repair at every stage of life when it is given the right conditions. The collagen network in your joints responds to nourishment. The muscles around your knees respond to gentle strengthening exercises. The swelling in your ankles responds to better circulation. These are not miracles. They are the natural laws of biology, and they respond faithfully to what you do daily. Knowing this truth is liberating, but it only becomes transformative when you embody it in practice. Daily practice also creates momentum. One healthy choice often leads to another. You eat a nourishing breakfast and you feel more energetic, so you go for a walk. The walk clears your mind and you sleep better that night. Better sleep allows collagen repair to take place more efficiently, and the next morning your joints feel less stiff. That improvement encourages you to keep going, and slowly a cycle of health replaces the cycle of discomfort. This upward spiral is built not on massive changes, but on steady, repeated actions that feed into one another. Another key to making knowledge practical is preparation. If your fridge is stocked with leafy greens, berries, and salmon, if your pantry has beans, garlic, and broth, then your environment supports your choices. It becomes easier to follow through because the right foods are already there, waiting for you. Preparing in advance is part of the daily practice, a way of making the path smoother so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. Just as collagen strengthens when it has the right building blocks, habits strengthen when the environment makes them easy to sustain. It's also important to celebrate progress, even if it feels small. Maybe you notice you can walk a little further before your legs feel heavy. Maybe your swelling reduces just enough that your shoes fit more comfortably. These are signs that your daily practice is working, that your body is responding, and they deserve recognition. By noticing these small victories, you reinforce the connection between knowledge and practice, between effort and reward. It builds faith in the process, and that faith carries you forward on days when motivation may dip. When knowledge is applied daily, it becomes wisdom. Wisdom is not simply knowing that citrus fruits help collagen or that garlic supports connective tissue. Wisdom is putting that lemon in your water, sprinkling garlic in your cooking, and noticing how your body feels afterward. It is lived knowledge, embodied and experienced. And this wisdom is what allows you to sustain your legs and joints for the long haul, not just for a few weeks, but for years, even decades. Think of the generations before us who lived with fewer processed foods, who naturally ate collagen, rich soups, fresh greens, seasonal berries, and whole foods daily. They did not think of it as a health practice. It was simply their way of life, and as a result, many retained mobility and strength into old age. We have the privilege today of rediscovering these truths, of combining ancient wisdom with modern understanding and bringing them into our daily lives with intention. The encouragement here is simple yet profound. Do not let this knowledge sit idle. Take one step today, then another tomorrow, and let those steps accumulate into a journey that transforms your legs, your joints, and your quality of life. Every mouthful of nourishing food, every ounce of water, every moment of movement, every choice to rest and repair is a brick in the foundation of long-term strength. The path is not complicated, but it does require commitment, and that commitment is not to anyone else. It is to yourself, to your health, to your freedom of movement and independence. When you practice daily, when you make these supportive choices consistently, you create a body that carries you with ease. Swelling diminishes, joints glide more smoothly, and legs feel lighter. This is not the result of chance. It is the result of the knowledge you now carry combined with the daily practice you choose to embody. And as that practice continues, day after day, year after year, your body responds faithfully, rewarding your consistency with resilience, flexibility, and strength that lasts. When we talk about building collagen, supporting the joints, and reducing swelling in the legs, it's just as important to know what to avoid as it is to know what to include. You can be drinking bone broth, eating salmon, adding citrus fruits and leafy greens to your diet, but if you're at the same time consuming foods and following habits that actively break down collagen, then you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. The body is like a construction site. Imagine you've got workers carefully laying down bricks to build a strong foundation. But at the same time, someone else is coming along and pulling those bricks out. Progress is slowed, the structure weakens, and over time, you're left frustrated because you don't see the results you expected. This is exactly what happens when collagen building foods are added into a lifestyle that still includes collagen destroying factors. To truly protect your joints and legs, you need to be mindful not only of what you bring in, but also of what you keep out. The number one enemy of collagen is sugar, and this isn't just about candy or desserts, though those are obvious culprits. Sugar hides in breakfast cereals, in sauces, in breads, in processed snacks, and even in drinks that are marketed as healthy. What sugar does is trigger a process in the body called glycation. Glycation is when sugar molecules attach to proteins, including collagen, and form harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These AGEs stiffen and weaken collagen fibers, making them brittle and less elastic. Imagine a rubber band that becomes dry and cracks when you stretch it. That's what happens to collagen under the attack of sugar. In joints, this means cartilage loses its cushioning ability, leading to stiffness and pain. In legs, it contributes to poor circulation and swelling. The more sugar in the diet, the faster this breakdown occurs. Reducing sugar is one of the most powerful ways to protect collagen, and it requires awareness of how much sneaks into daily foods. Right alongside sugar is refined carbohydrates, which act much the same way. White bread, white rice, pastries, and processed snack foods quickly convert into glucose in the body, spiking blood sugar and contributing to glycation. The roller coaster of blood sugar not only stresses the body, but also directly damages collagen. These foods are stripped of nutrients, leaving the body craving more, which leads to overeating, weight gain, and even more stress on the joints and legs. Carrying extra weight makes swelling worse and puts pressure on the knees and ankles, accelerating the wear and tear of collagen-rich tissues. Replacing refined carbohydrates with whole grains, beans, or vegetables provides the energy the body needs without the destructive side effects. Another major collagen destroyer is excess alcohol. Alcohol dehydrates the body, and hydration is essential for collagen structure and function. Without enough water, collagen fibers dry out and lose their flexibility, just like leather that's left in the sun too long. Alcohol also interferes with vitamin C absorption, and without vitamin C, collagen synthesis comes to a halt. On top of that, alcohol contributes to systemic inflammation, burdening the liver and impairing the body's ability to repair tissue. For legs and joints, this means more swelling, slower recovery, and weaker collagen support. Even moderate alcohol intake can be harmful if it's consistent, because the body needs a constant supply of nutrients for collagen maintenance, and alcohol blocks that process. Choosing to limit or eliminate alcohol becomes an act of protection for your connective tissues. Smoking is another powerful enemy of collagen. Tobacco smoke contains thousands of chemicals, many of which directly attack collagen and elastin fibers. Smoking also constricts blood vessels, reducing circulation to the skin, joints, and legs. Poor circulation means fewer nutrients reach the tissues, and without nourishment, collagen cannot be maintained. This is why smokers often show premature signs of aging, with wrinkles, sagging skin, and brittle joints. The collagen breakdown is happening faster than the body can repair it. For the legs, reduced circulation also increases swelling and heaviness, because the blood flow that normally clears excess fluid is compromised. Smoking is one of the habits that not only destroys collagen, but also prevents its repair, making it doubly harmful. Beyond sugar, refined carbs, alcohol, and smoking, there are also lifestyle habits that silently erode collagen over time. One of these is lack of sleep. The body repairs itself while we rest, and collagen synthesis happens most effectively during deep sleep. When sleep is cut short, or when it's poor in quality, the repair window is shortened. Stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated, and cortisol is known to break down collagen. Over time, chronic lack of sleep accelerates joint damage and contributes to persistent swelling in the legs. Prioritizing sleep is not just about feeling rested, It's about giving the body the time it needs to rebuild the very fibers that keep you mobile. Another destructive factor is chronic stress. While short bursts of stress are manageable, ongoing stress floods the body with cortisol. This hormone not only suppresses collagen production, but also contributes to inflammation, weight gain around the midsection, and fluid retention. Swelling in the legs often worsens when stress levels are high, because circulation becomes impaired and the body holds onto water. Stress management practices, breathing exercises, gentle stretching, prayer, meditation, time in nature are more than mental health tools. They are collagen protective habits. Without them, the constant strain of stress gradually eats away at the body's structural proteins. Too much sun exposure is another habit that accelerates collagen breakdown, while some sun is essential for vitamin D, which supports bones and joints. Excessive UV radiation penetrates the skin and damages collagen fibers, creating free radicals that break down connective tissue. This leads not only to wrinkles and sagging skin, but also to weaker support in the joints and ligaments. Protecting yourself with moderate sun exposure, covering the skin, or using natural protection methods helps preserve collagen while still getting the benefits of vitamin D. For seniors especially, balancing sun exposure is critical. Too little and you risk bone weakness. Too much and you destroy collagen. Processed foods also contribute heavily to collagen destruction. These foods often contain trans fats, artificial additives, and excessive sodium. Trans fats create inflammation that damages collagen, while high sodium causes the body to retain water, worsening swelling in the legs. Additives and preservatives burden the liver and interfere with detoxification, which indirectly affects collagen maintenance. The more whole and natural the diet, the less stress on the body, and the stronger the collagen network remains. A diet dominated by packaged foods is a diet that undermines joint strength, no matter how many supplements are added on top. Caffeine, when consumed in excess, can also have a negative impact. While moderate coffee or tea can provide antioxidants, too much caffeine acts as a diuretic, leading to dehydration. As we've said, collagen relies on hydration to stay elastic and functional. When the body is constantly flushed of fluids, collagen loses its plumpness and resilience. Overconsumption of caffeine also disrupts sleep, and with poor sleep comes poor repair of connective tissues. Keeping caffeine intake balanced is key. Small amounts may even support circulation, but large amounts create more harm than good. Another hidden collagen destroyer is a sedentary lifestyle. Without movement, circulation slows, swelling builds up in the legs, and nutrients fail to reach the joints effectively. Collagen depends on the steady delivery of amino acids, vitamins, and minerals, and this requires healthy blood flow. Movement also stimulates the production of synovial fluid, which lubricates joints and protects cartilage. A lifestyle of sitting for hours each day starves the joints of this protective mechanism, and over time, collagen-rich tissues degrade more quickly. Even gentle walking, stretching, or standing up regularly throughout the day helps maintain circulation and supports collagen's integrity. On the other side of the spectrum, overtraining or pushing the body too hard without recovery also breaks down collagen. Excessive strain on the joints creates micro damage in cartilage and tendons, and without adequate rest, the body cannot rebuild. Over time, the collagen network weakens, leading to injuries, swelling, and chronic joint pain. Balance is essential. Movement and exercise are critical, but they must be paired with rest, hydration, and nutrient intake to truly strengthen rather than destroy. Pollutants and environmental toxins also play a role. Heavy metals, pesticides, and chemicals in household products can increase oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress is like a slow burn that eats away at collagen fibers, leaving them fragile and prone to break down. Supporting the body with clean food, filtered water, and natural products reduces this toxic load and protects collagen from unnecessary attack. The environment you live in directly influences the strength of your connective tissue. Ultimately, the foods and habits that destroy collagen are the very ones that promote inflammation, oxidative stress, and poor circulation. Sugar, refined carbs, alcohol, smoking, processed foods, excess caffeine, lack of sleep, chronic stress, too much sun, sedentary living, overtraining, and toxins. All of these act like thieves, stealing from the bank of collagen faster than you can deposit with nourishing foods. Protecting collagen is about more than just eating the right foods. It's about removing the obstacles, avoiding the saboteurs, and creating conditions where the body's natural repair system can function without constant interference. Every choice that reduces inflammation, every step that improves circulation, every habit that minimizes stress is a choice that preserves the collagen fibers in your legs and joints.